Well, communities across Green Country threw their entire arsenals into battling this weekend's icy assault, but Sand Springs doesn't use salt on their streets. News on 6 reporter Tony Russell is live to tell us why. Tony?
Well, Scott, it comes down to money. When it comes to using this salt to take and treat the ice-covered roads, it's just too expensive. And they also say it damages the streets. So when it comes to Sand Springs, they're sticking with the sand. Zachary Talent's car is just getting towed away after he left it along Highway 412. It's been here since the snow started falling Friday.
So I knew I had to just get my car away from there, and so I just drove it down here and left it.
Talent says cars were sliding everywhere on the slick roads. 4 cars crashed on steep Highway 97T when the road got slick from freezing rain and became impossible to drive on. Sand Springs police closed the highway and parts of 41st Street for several hours until the ice could thaw.
You couldn't even drive down here if you wanted to, until everything melted. Today, I don't even think today is that great.
Sand Springs street crews only use sand and plows on its roads, even in hilly areas of the city.
It really comes down to a use of taxpayer dollars.
Assistant Police Chief Mike Carter says salt is expensive. Smaller cities like Sand Springs can't always afford it.
The decision's always been made to use that budget money for other things that can be more productive year-round rather than for the once or twice a year that we have a heavy snowstorm.
Carter says salt doesn't always help melt the ice. It causes damage to roads and bridges. People who live off the city's steep roads know there are benefits to just using sand.
I don't really care for the salt being on the vehicle, but sand is good. It gives you traction.
And sometimes you just have to wait for the roads to thaw out.
And I've been up and down that thing with snow, and it's unbelievable slick and very steep. You just don't have any room for improvement.
And Sand Springs still had school today. I had a chance to speak with the Tulsa County road crews. They're telling me that they also use sand in the majority of their areas. And obviously, that's actually one of the other concerns. Speaking of that, even though that person's trying to mess with our live shot, the goal, the Tulsa County road crews, is to actually sweep this stuff off after the winter weather. So things like that, losing traction or making fun of us on the live shot, doesn't happen. Tony Russell, News on 6.